You're bringing up bullshit ass encounters, and you're talking about trafficking.
What do you want me to say? Trump's doing a good job? Is that what you're going to say?
Looks like they started enforcing border policy, right?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, sir? What is going on, everyone? James Klug here. You guys asked for a third and final volume to this video, so here it is. Illegal crossings at our southern border have plummeted to a record low under Trump's administration. Now, this is obviously a dramatic change from Joe Biden's administration, where we saw the worst border crisis in American history. So do Democrats know this? Today we're going to find out. Let's go talk to some people. I am showing people this chart of encounters with illegal immigrants down at the southern border per year. These are calendar year statistics from Customs and Border Protection. You can see broken down by year. There's obviously a dramatic change right here, and I am asking people one simple question. Maybe it's not so simple. What changed?
Well, I think it was already changing when before Trump came into office, so, you know, I won't say it's because of him.
You know what, that's too much to get into right now, and I don't really feel like going there.
What about you?
Same.
These are pretty big numbers, encounters at the southern border, 2.1 million.
Crossing's gone down. I don't.
What changed?
Administration.
Administration?
Yes.
Good thing?
No.
I don't have an answer for that, but I can tell you what we're doing wrong now.
Okay.
We're inhumane and cruel.
I don't know, maybe because everybody's afraid to come here.
Well, the immigration, it's changed. They're afraid to cross the border with what's happening here in the U.S.
I don't really know what changed. They're probably saying that it changed from the Biden administration, but for me, I don't think that the people that are entering the country are doing illegal things, not nearly as illegal as 90% of it's coming from white males that are American.
What changed?
Not as many jobs.
Not as many jobs. So people aren't coming into the country illegally anymore? Because there was more jobs before?
What do you want me to say? Trump's doing a good job? Is that what you're going to say?
The type of person that's behind it all changed.
Okay. President Cheeto?
Yep.
Trump.
T-Dog. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, sir?
What changed? The presidency changed.
Presidency. Good thing or bad thing?
Good thing.
Trump and his border policies.
Trump and his border policies?
100%. And Tom Homan and that crew down there shutting the border down, it's amazing.
They're getting the job done.
They're getting the job done.
We have Trump. Trump's back.
It's not much more complicated than that.
Looks like they started enforcing border policy, right?
That easy.
That easy.
That easy.
I mean,
If you are literally fearing that you are going to be deported because you are illegal, you will obviously not cross. That easy.
good thing or bad thing?
Bad.
Bad. Okay.
This country is based on immigration. It's
Yeah.
based on everything about immigrants coming to this country. Every one of us here is an immigrant from another country. Why would you stop the process now? It's like closing the door once you got in.
I'm so sorry. I should clarify. This is illegal entry statistics. Maybe I wasn't clear.
Well, what's technically illegal?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
If you're an illegal immigrant, but you haven't murdered or raped or brought in drugs, the promise for this administration was that only the people that committed a crime would be ripped off the street. Do you approve of masked ICE people pulling anybody off of the street?
If they were only going after people that had a criminal history, doesn't that just reward the action of crossing into the country illegally? And incentivize more?
No, I think that's a trick question.
So I really could give a crap less about the people that are coming in. They're here, they're helping our economy, they're our friends, they're our neighbors. I think what's happening is absolutely disgusting and outrageous. So it's not America.
I'm sorry, you talking about like the deportations or what are you talking about?
Absolutely, the deportations. The deportations that are happening without due process, the deportations that are happening to people that are not criminals.
Rounding up citizens and just, sending them out. That's kind of the bad part of it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, did you say citizens?
Yeah, citizens that are being deported, so it's kind of nice.
Have you heard about that too? Citizens being deported?
Yes. Yeah, we did hear about citizens.
Now, I know we're not ChatGPT, but do you guys know who is a citizen that was deported by Customs and Border Protection or ICE?
Well, I don't know any, but I see what I see on the news.
It appears that a lot of people are being taken in by ICE that are not convicted
And
felons.
they're American citizens. They're taking children. They're yanking children on the way to school. That's not our country.
Like just solo children, they're yanking children away?
Well, we've seen it.
We've seen it.
But we don't have any first-hand knowledge of it.
So You've seen it personally.
No. We have no first-hand knowledge.
You guys mind if I ask what news you're watching mostly? I know there's different range of news. What news do you guys watch mostly?
Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 7.
Yeah, I can tell you everything but Fox.
What we see is what we see on TV, or what we read in the paper, or what we...
So do we have evidence to back up that claim? Because that's a big claim. Do we have evidence to back up that claim?
Other witnesses. Well,
I have
can't.
none.
I mean, I can't cite it for you.
I'm not. We're not all Chat GPT, but if we were to look it up, would we find that a child was just removed without the parents and dropped off somewhere in Mexico?
No,
we really
they're
have
not
to
going
go.
to Mexico. They're sending them to Sudan and these other countries. I mean, what is this about?
I've heard about that for the MS-13 gang members. Look, there's a reason why the border crisis evaporated week 1 of the Trump administration, just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan, today's sponsor, is America's largest injury law firm. It's called excellence in delivering results. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys. They've recovered over $25 billion for more than 500,000 clients, and the results speak for themselves. In Florida, a client received $12 million after the insurance company offered just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a client was awarded $26 million, 40 times the insurer's $650,000 offer. Another client in Pennsylvania received $29 million after being offered only $500,000. One Florida client got $20 million when the last offer was $0. Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people for over 35 years. When you hire them, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back, which is pretty cool. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. Thank you so much to our friends over at Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. Greatly appreciate you guys. I will put a link down in the description below. Let's get back into this. We have record-breaking drug trafficking, child trafficking, human trafficking, record-breaking profits for cartels.
It's not coming from immigrants.
So
it's coming from American citizens.
I was talking about the cartels when it comes to...
What cartels? Are we being affected by any cartels here in America? Have you been personally affected by a cartel?
So when it comes down to cartels, the people that are entering the country illegally pay cartels for entry. So you're not really getting through the southern border unless you pay cartels. So the cartels, they actually saw record profits over the last 4 years. Do you think that this number is worse than this one, given that this is record-breaking basically everything? What do you think?
I think that the numbers that are being shown are not right. I think that most of the numbers that are being shown by Fox News.
Where do those numbers come from?
Customs and Border Protection under Biden's administration.
And that came underneath Biden's administration? I doubt that.
But I don't think the statistics are true, and I don't think people really know what's going on. They're trying to say...
Do you mind if I ask you, why do you think the statistics aren't true?
Because there's no way of telling who gets in and who doesn't. You know what I mean? It's just like numbers can be fudged any way you want them. You know what I mean?
Well, do you think the Biden administration would have fudged these numbers? Because these are the worst numbers in American history, so why would they do that?
See, I think you're wrong. And I think you're wrong because there were worse numbers before that. These aren't good numbers.
No, they're record-breaking. They never had this high numbers in American history.
Okay. Yeah. Now, my problem is, and I'll be done after this, but my problem is I just don't believe that these numbers are true.
And that's fair. Would you like me to show you on Customs and Border Protection's website?
No.
Yeah. If they really wanted to stop it, they would have stopped it already. It's just a show that Donald Trump is putting on right now.
Well, you're saying if they wanted to stop it looks like it evaporated, the crisis.
No, it didn't. That's the numbers that Trump puts out. If you believe anything Trump says, then you're an idiot. Trump lies every single time he talks.
Well, I mean, you can...
Would you like me
to pull up an article that shows you that it's the border's a ghost town?
I don't believe anything that comes from this administration because they're full of shit, and they've always been full of shit.
Do you think that you would prefer what we saw over maybe Biden's administration? Would you prefer that over this?
Absolutely prefer. I would prefer the shit on the bottom of my shoe over what is going on in this administration. This administration is from everywhere, from deportation, from policies, everything is disgusting.
Why do you think that they're seeing this, the numbers under Biden's administration, and saying that they prefer that over what's happening now?
I have no idea. It doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense to me either.
I think those people who think that should open their houses and invite them in and house them just like they're hoping that the Democrat Party would love them to do it. Open their front doors and say, come on, I'd love to have dinner at my house. and they're not willing to do that. So, but they're willing to chirp and scream at you on the streets.
Well, number one, they don't understand the law, and I think they get confused about just being sympathetic to people. But we have to understand who's coming in, and we don't know who's coming in.
I just think that they're not well informed. They don't have the facts, figures, and numbers. I just think they have blinds over their eyes and they choose not to see the reality of where America has been the past 4 or 5 years and where we are now and the change that is needed and the change that is happening.
Really quick when it comes down to, last year, Democrats, Biden, they said their hands were tied regarding the border crisis. Talked to a lot of people about this. They needed Republicans to pass legislation.
No, but good luck.
Okay, thank you. Now, that legislation never passed, but it got under control anyways. Did the Biden administration lie to the American people about that?
Oh, absolutely, and it doesn't come down to legislation. It's one of those, don't let a crisis go to waste?
It was just a money laundering scheme. I think the Biden administration intentionally wanted to hurt America and Americans for what they believe in. So I'll just leave it there.
They had the ability to stop it the whole time. This whole Congress going, we need a bill or we need this. It's just them getting more dollars, wasting our time, and ignoring the voter, plain and simple.
Should they not be enforcing, an honest question, should they not be enforcing immigration law in the United States?
Well, it's a
do you
tricky
feel
word, enforcing, but I feel that...
I guess I can simplify it. What
I
should the
feel
punishment
that
be
there's
for entering the
paths
country
to
illegally?
citizenship that should be easier to get, and that to say we're going to get rid of all these people, and and I know that it was about criminals.
These people come over to work. And what's not mentioned is that the Congress has avoided immigration policy reform for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Let that be on the Congress, not on these people.
I'm so curious when it comes down to, you're talking about reform, what reform is needed when it comes to the laws that are on the books? It appears to be at record lows right now.
There has to be a way that people can get into this country. We're a country of immigrants.
So it wasn't handled always properly anyway. No, there was. It doesn't. I'm not talking about any. The administration has always sort of bundled it. I don't think they know what to do. But there's a more compassionate way to do it than's being done right now.
Yeah.
With the way that people are being chased down and rooted out, and especially in California.
Well, there's a lot of paranoid people now in California. They shouldn't have to be paranoid for people, grabbing them.
Oh, you're saying because they're in the country illegally?
Well, however they're in the country, it doesn't matter.
Well, why are they paranoid? Because they're
being tracked.
Tracked?
By ICE, yeah.
You're talking about for illegal immigrants?
I don't know if they're illegal or not. Who knows?
Okay. Well, why would they be upset? Why would they be concerned about being tracked if they weren't in the country illegally?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a good question. What is wrong about deporting somebody that is not qualified to be here illegally?
I think that if you deport somebody that is what he ran on was deporting illegal immigrants that were criminals, right? He is not deporting illegal immigrants that are criminals. He is deporting anyone.
I think they said worst first, and then they said the largest deportation effort in history.
Criminals, and actually,
criminals only?
Probably. The worst criminals is what he said he was going to deport.
So they're deporting everybody, and they're looking at the color of their skin. Mostly, Hispanics, and now they're looking at blacks. So
when it comes down to it, do you think they're going to be deporting blacks next?
Well, they have Haitians people they've been doing,
That are illegal immigrants?
No, I think some of them are illegal.
Some are not.
I mean, this is a big claim that they're deporting U.S. citizens when it comes to, hey, they're just picking them up and getting rid of them. You think we'd be able to find an example of that if we looked it up?
Well, of course. You guys watching the news? You watching what news do you watch?
I follow specific journalists over watching the news, generally speaking, but probably local as well if I were to have the news on.
Let me ask you, you're a journalist, but you haven't seen or heard or read about actual citizens being deported?
Not unless they're going with a family member that is in the country illegally. So unless they're choosing to go.
Well, okay. Well, I think you should maybe, kind of look a little more closer.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Should we look this up? Should we find an example that we can show the viewers?
Yeah, I believe
You can.
Do you guys want to pull up your phones, or I'll do it? We can Google it together.
I'm joining the rest of the park. Way. You have a business card. We can talk some other time.
It's James Klug, but I'd love to look that up with you guys.
Look it up. Do your homework.
Okay.
You're
I'll do my
journalist.
homework.
Okay, yeah, so you can find it, I'm sure.
So record-breaking unaccompanied minors coming over the southern border that are being trafficked across the southern border. You have record-breaking drugs, overdoses from fentanyl. What?
Says who? Record-breaking says who?
This is record-breaking, the most in history that's been
Not
tracked.
what this says. This says encounters. This has nothing to do with that, dude.
Okay, so this is the official
This is a number
statistics
for
from
encounters.
Customs
Where
and
does
Border
this say,
Protection.
like raping and bringing like children across and
Yes.
cartel. It doesn't say anything about that there.
I
So you keep
understand that.
pointing to it.
I'm
But
talking
then-
about what's
but
in
then
these.
you're
I'm
saying
talking
this
about
is
what's
the
in
problem?
these numbers.
What's the problem? The encounters that people are coming to the border. That's not the problem. Now you're showing something different. You're saying what you're showing. You're not saying what you're showing. So if you want to show me statistics on child trafficking across the border, I will listen to you.
Would you like me to pull it up on my phone right now for you?
No, I said I don't have time for this.
You said you would listen to me.
If you would have, I would have listened to you.
Well, you want to do it right? Can I do it right now?
I got other things that I told you, man.
So
I
you
don't
wanna have
much-
listen to me?
No, I don't have much. I told you before you even started this. I don't have much time. Now you want to drag on through this? No, I don't have much time. You brought what you brought. I'm telling you what you brought
I'm
is
just telling you
encounters.
what's included in
what
this
you're
number.
arguing about is not encounters. You're arguing about trafficking. Bring up some trafficking numbers. And
This
we'll
is
go from there.
this is trafficking.
What are you trying to point out? Let me
Ja-
ask you something. What would you be trying to make me aware of with this, or trying to bring out by asking me these questions?
This is the interesting part. We're asking what changed. A lot of people were saying, you couldn't do anything about the border crisis for the last 4 years.
What changed is
and then
what
it seems like it
changed is the
evaporated.
treatment of human beings. That's what changed.
Treatment of human beings.
Yeah, that's what changed.
And they're treating them improperly by not facilitating the worst border
Improperly
crisis in
and
American
taking
history.
Taking the kids away and doing a lot of things. That's what changed.
Taking the kids away.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, stop, please.
Well, no.
You act like you don't know they're doing that. Please,
They're
give me a
just
break.
deporting children.
What?
They're deporting children without parents.
No, they're taking the parents from the children and they're separating the children from the parents all the time. It happens all the time.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about at the border? Are you talking about in the United States? Which one are you talking about?
I can't do this anymore. I appreciate your this discussion, but my last point here is that people are being treated incredibly uncompassionately, being treated ugly, and this country is built on immigrants, and there should be a better path to citizenship and not such an ugly sort of, it's almost like if you're not a certain person, you're not going to make it here, you
It
know?
comes back to my question of should we enforce immigration law? And what should the punishment be for entering the
course
country
there's-
illegally? If there's no punishment, then
There's
you don't
no
have a border.
punishment. There's if you're there, and you should be offered a path to citizenship. If you
So
don't,
you should reward them for entering illegally.
that's not a reward.
That's
Many
a huge
people
reward.
came to this country.
That's a
to
massive reward, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Being granted American citizenship?
Was
It's
my
not. You don't think that's a reward?
was my grandfather and grandmother? Is that a reward when they came to this country?
No, I'm
They
talking
were
about
granted.
rewarding illegal behavior. So if they come in illegally and then you
No,
give them
no,
citizenship,
no,
doesn't that
you
encourage
give them
more?
a path.
Yeah, doesn't that encourage more?
No, that gives them a path to citizenship and a life, which we're built
You
on.
don't think that encourages more, though? So if people
I don't know what it encourages. All I'm telling you is that we got to get back to human behavior and take care of people. And the way it's going now is it's this strict, like you're trying to get across here, that this guy's doing the right thing, and you should be punished for this or that.
Last thing, I mean, is it really that controversial to say, hey, getting it under control is actually a more
I don't think
compassionate
it's
thing?
under control, to be honest with you. I think
Okay.
it's way out of
It's the
control.
lowest numbers at our southern border in
Yeah,
history.
well, I don't know where the numbers come from, but I'm
Customs and Border Protection. Thank you, sir.
You sit here and make fun of people all you want.
I'm not making fun. I'm
really-
talking about
really all you're
I'm talking about a very serious
all
issue:
you're doing-
child trafficking,
all you're
unaccompanied
doing
minors,
is
drug
dividing
trafficking.
people.
All I'm doing is dividing
You're
people.
dividing people because you're bringing up bullshit ass encounters and you're talking about trafficking.
I'm
Bring up
dividing.
the-
well,
bring up the
hold on.
trafficking numbers.
Do you mind if I can clarify with you if you'd like? I'm dividing people. Okay.
What do you think?
I think they don't understand the issue. I think they don't understand what the border crisis actually entails and all of the horrific realities that, it truly is. Like down at the southern border, there are children that are being, they get trafficked over the last.
That's
Yeah.
deplorable, despicable, and disgusting. And to see that number go down like that is God bless. That's all I can say. Bring back Make America Great Again.
I think this is great. This low number is going to make up for the overpopulation of this immigration, and nobody was vetted. there were all kinds of criminals and spies from our enemies coming into the country. So, no, I think this is an absolutely wonderful thing.
I think it's absolutely amazing. We got to continue with it. And if you see what's going on in England and Europe right now, they're actually ahead of us in the disturbance, but we're ahead of the game by getting a handle of it right now. So good job, President Trump.
All right, everyone, that is it for today. Let's get our founder tier members' names up on the screen. Greatly appreciate you guys' support. So you guys, we have officially gone from 2024, the border crisis being Donald Trump's fault, to 2025, border crisis evaporates, and it being Donald Trump's fault. Essentially, it's just always going to be Donald Trump's fault. Let me know your guys' thoughts about these conversations down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe for more videos, and hit that bell notification button so you are notified next time I post. And we'll catch you all in the next one. Also, last note for our founder tier members, greatly appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You guys are the absolute best. If you'd like to have your name displayed at the end of my videos, hit that link down in the description below. Become a founder tier member today. You'll get your name up on the screen like these guys. Thanks so much. We'll catch you in the next one. Hey, Charlie, what do you think about this, huh?
He's like, can I get some water and chicken, please?
Thanks for your time, Charlie.